Hi everybody, this video is going to show you what I did for my generator shed for my EU3000i inverter generator. So here in Ontario I purchased a small shed which is $149 I think it was on sale, and it's cheapy. Now originally I did have a number 12 extension cord which I put this little cover and I put the cable through there, but I did that for a year and I was just a pain because obviously we get a lot of snow here. The snow actually comes up to here before I get, shovel it away. So I ran this tech cable which I'll show you in a minute, but anyway, I am thinking of actually converting this to propane at some point, but right now this is my system. I had this cover on because this shed is pretty waterproof, but they do get the odd drip. So that's it. So I have this little slide out shelf, shelf I guess it is, platform. I clip that and I can pull the whole thing out if I want to change the oil, because this thing full of fuel and what have you is about 150 odd pounds, so I certainly can't lift that and struggle to get inside there. Originally I did have this little hole here because I used to have a little 2000 watt Honda which ran, but when we added more fridges or freezers, which I'll explain in the next video, I had to upgrade to a little bit bigger because the 2000 watt generator, the one I had, or which still have actually, I actually use when we go camping, it only pulls, I think it's 13.3 amps, whereas this one's 23.3 amps, so a little bit bigger. So the cable, the extension cord that used to plug in here, now I have the tech cable, and this piece of cab tire goes into this box here, and the tech cable, as I say, runs around the side of the house, which you'll see in the next video. That's it really. I mounted this shed on some railway ties, you can see that, and I put some steel mesh at the bottom to keep little skunks and little animals out. I run this thing every week for about 15 minutes to get rid of the fuel in the carb. That's why it's a bit of a pain in the arse. I want to convert it to propane, but there's two companies in the States. One's Hutch Mountain and the other one I can't remember, but yeah, I'm looking between the two. It's about 500 bucks, so that's maybe a little project for next year. Yeah, originally I was going to put it in my little shed here because I've got enough room in there. It's 12 by 20, but then I decided to just put the shed over here. Now you'd be wondering about venting. Now what I actually have, because the Honda has got a, this is all my scrap metal here to go, because my Honda has got the fan already inside, what I was able to do, I just cut a big hole in the back of the shed which is blocked off, and then what I do, I'll just show you in here real quick. I just have this little piece of plywood with a vent, and I made these little bellows out of some scrap tar. So what I do is I pull this out and I lock this little hinge, and that now allows the warm air and everything to go straight out, and it works quite well. Now the air is pulled in through these vents because if I put a piece of tissue paper there, it sucks it right in. That's why I've allowed the venting here. As you can see, it just pulls nice fresh air from in there. I've had this thing running for, in the summer and in the winter, for hours and hours at a time, and it just runs like a top. Now I put all this shelving up here with the anticipation of, it's a little bit stronger than it needs to be, but the anticipation of getting rid of the gas and putting the fuel, the propane tanks, and I've also got a 30 pound here, mount these inside. That's the plan. So I guess I will show you the second video. It actually shows you this running. Actually I can show it running. So it normally starts first kick, so fuel on, choke, runs like that every single time. And I just shut this. I'm going to strengthen this out with some inch and what have I got? Inch and a half angle. And if you're wondering why I put this, it works to stop all the freezing rain getting on my padlock. So when that is in this position, freezing rain, it works quite well actually. So that's it. So I guess you'll see the next video.